Hey everyone, and welcome to Isms by Josie. Today we're going to be continuing the 7 days of Valentine, and we're on day 3 doing Chocolate Day, celebrated February 9th. I'm doing this in advance so that you guys can check out these designs and maybe use them for the 7 days of Valentine. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in, and for my new viewers, please consider subscribing, share, hit that like button, leave a comment below, and click on that notification bell for future videos. So for today's 7th day of Valentine, Chocolate Day, I thought I would do some chocolate drip as well as a chocolate box charm. So this is going to be a fairly quick and easy design. As I've mentioned in my previous videos, I'm going to start a new series. It's going to be a workshop on how to do certain techniques or artwork. So if there's anything that you would like to learn how to do step by step, leave a comment below and I'll create that video for you. So in my previous designs, I had to do a product review for some Rosalind gel polish kits, and this color here was part of it. I ended up doing an ice cream drip design. So it's kind of no wonder that I'm doing a chocolate drip design for today's nails, but I really love this color and I really liked it against the chocolate color, so I'm just going to put one coat of this onto each nail, and then we're going to move on to the chocolate. For this next step, I'm going to be using Beetle's Rhinestone Glue, and I'm just going to put a blob of it in the center of my thumbnail because I'm going to be attaching a magnet as well as these rhinestones. So I use these magnets a lot, of course, and I like to camouflage them, and in my last Night at the Improv video, I did a fairy godmother charm, and I camouflaged the magnet behind Cinderella's carriage. And Sandra Sparkly Sets had mentioned that it was pretty clever that I did that, and I am flattered by that comment. It was just really trying to find ways to disguise the magnets because they're just so silver and they're just so of size that it's really hard sometimes for me to just camouflage them. So in this case here, I'm just going to do a rhinestone heart. I mean, this isn't anything extraordinary to make it look like, oh, that magnet is not there, I can't see it. It's like right there in the middle. But at least it's surrounded by some bling, and I think it's cute. But anyway, so this is going to be kind of like the backdrop for my box of chocolates charm. And so for this next step now, I'm going to be doing the chocolate drip. Because these gel polishes aren't super thick, I'm adding some Gelish hard gel to the mix to give it a little bit more structure. And I'm going to do one layer of just doing the lettering, and then I'm going to go back in and do the drip. If you're watching this far, thank you so much for tuning in. Go ahead and click that like button. It really helps my channel out, and I greatly appreciate your support. So I'm going to real time this a bit. These chocolate drips are easy to do, really. You just want to overload your fine detail brush and start at the end of the drip and drag up towards the object that you are attaching it to, and that's just going to create a quick drip for you. And I'm just going to do this 3 times under each letter, and it's really that simple. And you can do a variation of this. You can do them separately. You can kind of attach it to each other so it's more like a blob drip. You can do singular drips that it kind of already fallen off of whatever object you have, but I'm just going to keep mine attached. So now for this box of chocolates, I'm going to be using this Born Pretty Extension Nail Gel Nonstick Hand. And it really doesn't matter what color I'm using. I have a soft nude because I'm going to be painting over it. So I'm taking my nail form backing and I put my magnet on top just so that I know which side is going to be the right side to attach the magnet. You definitely want to do this because it would suck if you made your charm after the fact and then the magnet wasn't on the right polar side. So I'm just going to grab a goop of this stuff. I mean, I actually like this stuff. This stuff is great for modeling charms. So I'm just going to take that, put that on there, and then I'm just going to use my cuticle pusher. Now this is non-stick hand. You're supposed to roll it between your fingers, but I find that very messy. Using your metal cuticle pusher, just tapping it will keep it, will enable you to mold it how you want it. You don't want to push too hard because it'll stick to the cuticle pusher. You just want to keep medium pressure taps onto this to get it to the right shape. And in this case, I'm trying to build a heart chocolate box. So I'm putting some thickness in here, but I'm going to go back in with my ball tool and I'm just going to make an impression inside the heart. So I'm trying to make that depth of the box by squishing down the insides, and I'm using a baller tool because it is made out of the same metal, and which I find is not sticking to this nail extension gel. So I'm just going to go with this ball tool and just keeping minimal pressure, enough to make an indentation, of course, but not too much to where it'll stick to the ball tool. And I'm going to go around the heart, offset a little bit, and then I'm going to push down the rest on the inside of the heart so that it's kind of flat. Now this isn't going to be perfect, but once you start painting this with gels and whatever you end up painting it with, these bumpy marks will more or less disappear, or at least be blended in, and I'm going to show you how I do that. So after I use, this is the largest size of baller tool that I have. I did it because, I mean, I'd rather do this with a large ball tool than a tiny one, because then I would be sitting here trying to flatten all this out at a much longer time because the surface area is smaller. So I would take your largest ball tool you have and just keep patting that down. So I got a smaller size ball tool, and I'm putting indentations within this flat box that I'm making because that's going to be the impression of where I'm going to put my chocolates. Now in the beginning I thought that maybe I would be building the chocolates with this extension gel, but I am so glad I've decided to do, I have these like copper colored or dark metallic colored, they look like chocolate colored rhinestones, so I'm going to just use those instead. Plus it adds an extra bling. But I'm really excited for you guys to see this. I think it's going to turn out great, and I know you guys are going to love it. So when doing this, I just want to make sure that my divots that I'm making kind of look nice, because it's going to look like, you know, the chocolate spots in an actual candy box. And I want it to look, since all the rhinestones are going to be the same size, I want it to be kind of staggered, or I don't know what the right word is for it, but when I lay down these rhinestone pieces, you'll see that the divots that I'm making are in a nice position so that the end result looks like an organized candy box and not some sort of chaotic one. Especially since I'm not making different types of chocolates, I'm just going to be using the same rhinestone size. If you're watching this far, thank you so much for tuning in. Go ahead and click that like button. It really helps my channel out, and I greatly appreciate your support. So next I'm going to be using these Born Pretty stamping polishes. I'm using a gold and this metallic red. So I'm just going to use the gold to paint up the bottom of the box. If you look at some of those chocolate heart boxes, some of them are just black, some of them are silver. So I ended up choosing this one of gold. And I'm just going to try painting all these crevices by using my fine detail brush and just, you know, swirling it around in each divot to make sure that I cover each spot. And as I'm doing this, you can see where I put those divots, and I tried to make it as pretty as I possibly could, considering it's really hard to see with all the light and the little divots that I was putting in there. So I'm going to take this red and I'm going to line my box. This part was fairly easy and fun to do, just because if you put enough pressure, or just the right amount of pressure, it kind of like makes lining this box easy, because there is some overage on that brush. As you see there, there's a lip that's covered in red. But yeah, so after that dries, I'm going to be putting on some Madam Glam top coat, and I'm just gonna color the full bottom of this box so that I can, one, just put top coat on it, and then also to attach the rhinestones. So then I'm going to apply this Born Pretty matte top coat, and I'm going to color up or cover up the red parts of this box. I do have that metallic red on there, and I want to keep it matte to make it look like a nice satin finish. And then we're going to cure that and move on to the cuticle oil. And here is my end result. For the 7 days of Valentine, we're doing Chocolate Day. The third day celebrated February 9th with my chocolate trip and chocolate box. And look at that chocolate box with those chocolate rhinestones. It looks so cute. And it kind of looks like chocolate. And here is the charm removed. Really cute. Well, thank you so much for watching. This is Isms by Josie. Please share, like, and subscribe for future videos. And join me again for 7 days of Valentine. And I'll see you again next time. Thanks. Bye.